Welcome to Leaving CrazyTown with Finn and Sarah.
Hey, everybody. We got these great shirts on today from That Recovery Life on Etsy. Misty from Oregon makes these t-shirts. They're great. They're great gifts for people in recovery. Our anniversary dates. Mine is from 1910.
1800s. Mine's 2016. Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. The how to staying sober.
Amen. Amen. So
check it out.
Great recovery gifts for your pals in sobriety. So check out, they have lots of awesome t-shirts. So check that place out.
Mine was a gift from Sarah. I love it.
He just loves rubbing his chest.
Yes, I do.
That's another thing.
Anyway, today, what are we going to talk about? Communication breakdown?
We're going to talk about communication breakdowns because they happen regularly when you're crazy.
Codependency can be very subtle and you don't even know what's happening.
Very subtle.
Next thing you know, you're communicating like this.
So we're going to kind of break down a very simple episode between the two of us.
And when she says episode,
examples,
she says episode, she just means our life because that's how we roll.
Yeah, our life is an episode. So we're going to break down a little bit of our communication challenge, which just happened literally on the way to a meeting, but we're going to kind of identify with you guys where the codependency comes in so you can identify it for yourself.
And if you enjoy this video and you relate, subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Click the like button and share the hell out of our video.
Share the hell out of it and comment. We love to hear from you.
Yeah, we want to know.
We put our email in there.
What ways and types of communication breakdowns do you have?
Guys have.
You can email us. You can comment down below. We'd love to hear your little scenarios with your friends, family, whatever.
Because if you're codependent, you're going to have communication breakdowns.
We had one, and we're fairly good at communicating with each other. We're good at communicating our co-crazy, but sometimes it still happens.
It still happens.
So yes, the other day, maybe yesterday, I can't even remember. A couple days ago, Sarah arrived on the Cape. We're going to hang out. We were going to go to a meeting, and we're about to head out the door, and I had to pee. I had to, but I was like, it's only 20 minutes to the meeting. Sarah's halfway out the door. I don't want to say, hang on, bud, why? I don't know. So I decided I would just wait till we got to the meeting. 20 minutes later.
20 minutes.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the beginning. All right.
Why was that a bad choice?
Well, I think what we realized later is that you might have been preoccupied in the car, which I wasn't aware of. Okay, so this is how it rolled.
And she has no idea I've made this executive decision.
I have no idea.
Nor does she understand that we're going to drive 20 minutes to the meeting. And on that drive, I'm going to obsess about whether the bathroom's going to be free, whether we're going to get to the meeting on time, whether the meeting's going to be crowded. Am I going to have to stand up in front of everyone and walk across the room to use the restroom? So that was going on in the back of my head.
Okay. The spiral is happening, the spiral downward. Okay. So he's in the car. Now I'm going to try to communicate with us.
I was just fine.
With this preoccupation. All right. So I'm chatting away. I'm asking questions. I'm saying certain things. And
Finn's holding his breath.
And I'm feeling, but I'm very, when you're in codependency recovery, you want to always be responsible for yourself. So I'm chatting, but I'm feeling the disconnect. Okay. So I'm asking a couple of questions and it feels like there's some, I don't know.
Something's off.
Something's off. Okay.
Irritability. Ooh, did I feel irritable?
I just sensed, I don't know. I kept feeling like, when you're talking to someone and it's just not connecting. So that's how I felt. So what happens?
You're saying things to them and you're sensing that they're thinking, would she just shut up?
Which could have been happening.
No,
okay.
It wasn't.
So what happened is I start to have a little feeling. Now, like if you've watched our videos, we talk about activation a lot and people may not even know what activation is. It's when you start feeling that feeling in your chest of like, some people feel it as anger or irritation or frustration or panic. I was feeling a little agitation. I was like a little off. All right. So what I do is instead of saying, God, I'm feeling like we're not connecting, I go, are you okay?
And I say, yes. Are you? I'm fine. Are you? I can't remember exactly what I
Yeah,
said.
it was something like that. So I say to myself, oh, okay, this must be about me, which of course it was. It was both. It was about me. Yeah, it's always both people. So he says I'm fine. And I think, oh, I must have just had a little activation. Okay, we get to the meeting.
All right, so then we get to the parking lot at the meeting, and Sarah's like putting her lip gloss on and hanging out, and I'm thinking, oh my God.
I'm addicted to pink lip
I
gloss.
gotta go to the bathroom. What is she doing?
Which I don't know, by the way.
I still haven't mentioned it.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, go crazy too.
Go crazy too.
Well, I can't just get out of the car and run in and go to the bathroom because Sarah's never been to this meeting. As if she hasn't been to 9 million meetings since the 1800s when she got sober on her own. Like, this isn't a new experience for her.
I think I could manage.
Yeah, she's a grown-up. All right.
Okay.
But in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm bringing her to this meeting. It's my meeting. It's my group. I should probably walk her in, show her where it is. Luckily, her son called, because never once did I consider saying, do you mind if I gotta go? Because I gotta go to the bathroom. I could not rush her, but just, rely on the fact that she's an adult and can walk in on her own. Luckily, her son called. So she says to me, my son called. I'm going to take this call. And I said, okay, well, I've got to use the restroom. So I'm going to head in. You're going to be okay getting in. It's that door there. Everything I could have done earlier. And yeah,
right. And so we realized at that moment, like, wow, something might have been going on. We went in the meeting, we had a great time, but then we discussed it later. And that's when it kind of all came out, which I wanted to share with him. I was talking about getting activated, and I said, geez, I'm not sure what was happening for me, which is usually like, I don't feel someone's listening or some old activation. And that's when he told me, oh, by the way, I literally needed to go to the bathroom the whole time I was in the truck. So
I didn't realize that things like, which I know hunger comes out, like it's expressed externally. I get very preoccupied with my physical condition when I'm sick, have to go to the bathroom. I'm hungry, I'm tired. And I forget that may be affecting how I'm being present with someone else.
Right.
And it's so subtle compared to some of those activations I've had in the past, where the idea of choosing to hold it until we got to the meeting to not interfere with
seems
the
small.
process. It seemed small to me.
Right.
But,
right.
What I did was compromise what I needed for Sarah, but it wasn't a big deal. So if it was a big deal to me, I would have said, hey, whatever, but it's the whatever. So sorry.
Yes. No. I'm attributing. But this is the point, and we're going to wrap this up in a minute.
Communication, right?
This is a breakdown in communication. What I want you guys to think about is this. A lot of times, just like Finn said, we will say to ourselves, oh, that's not important. I don't need to say that. You'll be with your partner and you'll think, oh, I'm preoccupied with a work thing, but I'll just dismiss it.
I'll pretend I'm listening.
Yes, you kind of deny and dismiss what's happening for you, and you don't tell the truth because of codependency, because, oh, they don't want to hear it, or, it's not that important. And what you guys need to know is it always gets in the way of communication.
Yeah, it came out sideways without me even realizing it. I didn't think it was a big deal. Sarah sensed something was off, and we're usually like,
right,
rocking and rolling in conversation. And I was probably being more abrupt because I had to go to the bathroom and I didn't see it. So it broke down the communication from the very first decision that I made to not do what I needed to do on her behalf. Did it work? Not so much.
Right. And again, we're giving this really kind of minor example because the thing is, you guys, this happens all the time. There could have been 5 things, like we already gave you a few examples of co-crazy behavior just in one small hour window in our lives. So think about the subtle things you do where you deny or say it's okay, or you feel like, oh, I can't communicate that. But then ultimately it affects the relationship. And we're going to talk again about how it also could affect a relationship down the road. If I notice my activation and then I started blaming someone else, that's a whole other way that fights start. So this is why it's so important to be in touch with what's happening for you.
And how this communication can spiral if we didn't discuss it.
Yes.
After.
Exactly.
Like, we're pretty good at that, but I've been in relationships and friendships where this stuff just builds.
Right.
And then it's like, why are they moody? but
Right.
it could have been on 10 rides in a car, 5 I had to go to the bathroom when I was hungry.
Right.
And it would appear that my moods is swinging whenever I'm with you, but
Right.
not communicating it. You
Right.
know, it's like,
So
you never know.
honesty, open-mindedness, try to speak up for yourself.
Clarity.
Be honest in your relationships and clarity. That's a tool this week to leave Crazy Town. We love you.
Fasten your seatbelt.